Dustin Pascal here with Simon Pascal Says, yet again from Simon Pascal Studios. So I want to come to you today with something we hope is timely. As many of you likely saw, Governor Abbott here in Texas lifted the statewide mask mandate yesterday, as well as opening businesses 100%. And that all goes into effect next Wednesday, March 10th. Don't really want to get into the politics discussion of it. That's for another forum. But from the standpoint of businesses, then what does this mean? I want to caution you a little bit for business owners and HR professionals out there that just because Governor Abbott has lifted this statewide mask mandate and you have the right from a state perspective to allow your employees to go maskless if you want to, something to keep in mind is that you are still subject to relevant OSHA guidelines. And OSHA has that general duty clause, and I know we've talked about that before, so I'm not going to go into it in great detail, but OSHA does have the general duty clause, which says employers are required to provide a workplace for their employees free from recognized hazards. And OSHA has guidance out there, and the primary thing in the OSHA guidance right now is the importance of masks and that employers should require their employees to wear masks. It is guidance, it is not law. So if you're looking just to law, yes, the governor has lifted the mandate and the OSHA guidance is not law. You are, from a legal perspective, able to say my employees are not required to wear masks and I don't have to have that requirement in place. But understand that if you choose to do so, there is a level of risk because if an employee chooses to file an OSHA claim and say that you violated the general duty clause or you put that employee or his or her coworkers at risk, what's going to happen is the Department of Labor, when they look into that claim, they're going to see if you followed relevant OSHA guidance. And there's a lot of OSHA guidance, so maybe you followed all of it but the masks, and the Department of Labor says, we find no violation. You may be fine. I'm just here to tell you that there is a level of risk involved from a federal standpoint if you decide to just do away with masks for your employees at this time. And something to keep in mind is that although there's just guidance right now, the administration, the presidential administration, has directed the Department of Labor to issue workplace safety standards, which are likely to carry more weight than just guidance. And so those standards could come out at any time, and those standards might include a mask mandate for employees. We just don't know. So I say all that to say, yes, at the end of the day, as an employer, as a business, you can say legally, my employees are not required to wear masks, but understand there's a level of risk involved due to current OSHA guidance. And so you need to really look at your workplace, look at your workforce, look at the safety standards that you have in place as a whole and determine from a risk standpoint, can I actually eliminate the mask requirement for employees, or do I need to keep that in place? So make sure you take a thorough look at that rather than just a simple, the governor says it's okay, so I'm getting rid of it. So there is your kind of legal information, legal tip of the day here at Simon Pascal Says. We thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.